Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Ellie, and I just wanted to talk to you today about the situation that's occurring in the Middle East, specifically with Iran. It's just been found out by a U.S. official that Iran was behind the attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities. They found that they were cruise missiles and that it was not coming from Yemen. They were blaming the Yemen, they were the rebels, the Houthi rebels. They were saying that we're at fault, but here they found that it is cruise missiles that were from Iran, coming from a different direction. So, shows you that there's a lot to pray for. With Iran is, of course, called the Ram by the Archangel Gabriel in the Bible, in the chapter 8 of Daniel. If you read the book of Daniel, you'll hear and read about how the Archangel Gabriel calls the Ram, which is ancient Persia, which is modern day Iran, the Ram. And according to the scriptures in chapter 8, the Ram will be attacking all directions in the beginning, which will begin the war, and they will be helped by Russia. So we have a lot to pray for. This is not a good situation. What's happening in the Middle East with Saudi Arabia having these attacks on its oil facilities. There's fires being caused by these apparent cruise missiles from Iran. So not a good situation. And recently I had a dream I wanted to share with you, that I was, in this dream, I was walking about, and I noticed that the sky had turned a reddish hue and there was ash all around in the atmosphere. And then suddenly glass fell from the sky and it landed down and from the sky onto the ground. And then suddenly there were missiles being pointed at me, and I was running for my life. Well, if you know anything about what happens when a nuclear bomb hits a desert like the Middle East, it'll turn the sand to glass. So I thought it was a very interesting dream that I had, and then to find out now that these cruise missiles are behind the attacks in Saudi Arabia is pretty chilling, and they're coming from Iran. So please pray. For my study in my book, my recent book, which is out now, The Last 117 Years on the Tomb of Guadalupe Towards the Year 2038, I talk about that year 2038, the next 18 years, and we'll see things escalate, not only in natural catastrophes, but also in wars and rumors of wars. And the trouble will be coming from Iran. Scripturally, it shows it's Iran and Russia that will be causing the trouble. So, anyway, we have to pray for peace in the world. And even though, Donald Trump will win by a landslide, he'll be our next president, but we're still going to have to go through the end times, regardless. We're living in, after 2020, according to the Tomb of Guadalupe, the next 80 years are going to be very challenging for all of us. So the end of this century, which is the 21st century, is going to be very challenging. And we have to pray a lot. But the trouble will come from Iran. And after the era of peace, which is prophesied to come, with the rise of the great monarch after the Third World War, then Iran will be again the platform from which Antichrist and Antipope will spring. And from my study I found that the Antipope is from Lebanon and the Antichrist is from Syria. So if you like to read my newest book, you can go to Amazon. My newest book again is The Last 117 Years on the Tomb of Guadalupe Towards the Year 2038. So keep praying. If you get a chance, take a walk and pray, or go to your nearest If you're going to church, go to your church or to your chapel and pray, or pray at home. Pray unceasingly, as St. Paul tells us, because the times we're living in are very evil and they're very dangerous times. So we're living in the last days. Pray fast and live a pure life. Give your heart to Jesus. God bless.